Hello everyone, and welcome to my Ratchet 2 Going Commando LP. Now, unfortunately, for these first couple of parts, you're going to have to deal with me in my post-commentary, and I'm actually surprised in how long it's been since I last done post-commentary, last one being Jack 3, actually. But at this little title screen here, Ratchet will be playing Ratchet 1, Ratchet 2, I don't know about Jack 1, he'll play Jack 2, and Sly Cooper 1. And I think I was trying to wait for him to get him to play it, but I just said forget it and went ahead and started the game up. And I'm going to leave it on 16:9 here, so that way it's easier for compression my videos. So yeah, new game. I don't have really anything to say for this first part because it's going to be cutscenes.
Tonight's heroes are the duo who recently restored peace and order to our galaxy, Ratchet and Clank. So, gentlemen, tell us about your latest incredible adventures.
Well, as you can imagine, we've been pretty busy. After Drek's defeat, there were parades, press conferences, fancy dress balls.
And the wiener roast at Al's.
Oh, yeah, that. And then things started to slow down a bit. After that, well...
There was the grand opening at Groovy Lube.
Right. I think that was last week.
6 months ago.
We're still pretty busy, but in a more, domestic sense.
Yesterday, I flushed out my radiator core.
I guess no one needs a hero right now.
Miss Noodlebottom, I found our man. Welcome.
What the...
I'm Abercrombie Fizzwidget, founder of the Megacorp Company in the Bogon Galaxy.
Bogon?
I'm sorry to incapacitate you, but our entire galaxy is in a very precocious situation. I must humbly request your sustenance on a mission of dire urgitude, a mission of superfluous peril, a mission of unequivocal imperitude.
Did that make any sense?
So, you need me to go on a dangerous mission in another galaxy.
Indubitably. A few days ago, this top-secret biological experiment was stolen from our testing laboratory by this dupliferous criminal mastermind, and I need you to get the experiment back.
We'll do it.
We will?
Frank, I have precipitated your recalcitrance and have made special improvisations for you. We are prepared to give you a job as the head accountant for Megacorp, plus a penthouse suite in lovely Megapolis, and our state-of-the-art robotic masseuse.
Deal.
As for you, Ratchet, I'll need you in superlatory shape. While in transit to the Bogon Galaxy, you will undergo heavy training and conditioning, including martial arts, heavy weaponry, survival skills, stealth, macrame, ballroom dance, and origami. We've used bipolar vector regurgitation to track the thief's location to a flying base in Sector 7. Infiltrate the base and retrieve the experiment.
Sir, ready for launch.
And that's the opening cutscene. So yeah, that's our new contractor, I guess. Abercrombie Fizzwidget. One thing you're gonna notice about him right away is his vocabulary, I guess I should say. Because trust me when I say it's pretty funny.
Coordinates 37 Alpha.
Good luck. I'm counting on you.
Affirmative. Beginning radio silence.
So yeah, Ratchet 2. This is the last, actually, of the original trilogy that I need to LP, and also the semi-final Ratchet game of its series. And here I'm just going into my controls and making sure everything's set right, like the camera, which is kind of weird because right now, while I was before I started recording this, I was playing Deadlock earlier, and the controls for it are a little bit more different, and it's gonna be kind of hard for me going back and forth between the two. And so if you ever see me like get and say, okay, what's this? Why am I not going in this direction or something like that? Then that's why. It's because Deadlock has controls are a lot more different than the original trilogies, in my opinion. But in Ratchet 2, we get a lot of cool things that I'm glad was interpolated into the rest of the games in the series. Number one is Ratchet actually has a little bit of a double jump to him, and we have upgradable weapons. You can strafe finally, thank God. And I would say dogfighting, but that was also in the first game. But in terms of difficulty, I'd say that this is the hardest of the original trilogy, besides Ratchet Up Your Arsenal at the end, because this game actually is hard pretty much all the way through, actually. But if you played any other Ratchet Clank games, then you'll be able to sit down and play it right as you begin, so there's nothing really I need to say if you've played any of the Ratchet Clank games, which surprisingly, people I talk to who have played the Ratchet Clank series say they have not played this, actually, and I find that kind of shocking, because if you're gonna, like, you know, have the first one and the third one on the PS2, you at least need to have the second one, because, I mean, not for story purposes, because there's just some gameplay elements that I think work better in here than they did in Up Your Arsenal. Another thing I'm glad that this game does is, even without Dr. Nefarious, this game is still just freaking hilarious. So yeah, I think that's got enough about explaining.
I see it's time to update my security forces.
Whoa, no, hey, no, look, I'm just here to fix the transflexor coil.
Nice try. Give my regards to Megacorp. Finish him.
Yeah, that's gonna be our little main villain for the I'd say first one third of the game. And you're gonna actually be shocked of who it turns out to be. Now don't worry, because I'm not gonna be doing post commentary for like this entire recording session. I actually did get some live commentary in, because what it was, the reason I'm having to do post commentary is because my PS2, for some reason or another, sometimes will just make the game freeze, and when I was doing Kingdom... I hate having to shut up for these cutscenes.
Right. I'm in the market for some security.
You'll bring the cash, we'll bring the thrash.
Oh, I need your best men to meet me at these coordinates.
But anyway, when I did Kingdom Hearts 2, if the game ever froze, I just went to it, took the game disc out, and then I blew inside the PS2 and then set the game back in, and everything was fine from there. But for some reason, any other game I try to LP on the PS2 and it does that will not do it. I don't know what the problem is. Oh well. I'd say that actually, and this is something that, you know, you don't hear a lot of the Ratchet fanbase talking about, is the soundtracks, because a lot of the music in Ratchet & Clank just isn't like, you know, it's not good, but it's memorable. I'd say Ratchet 2 actually probably has the best soundtrack out of all of them, because as people on my channel should know by now, I love video game music, especially when it's done right. Same thing for anime music too. That's one of the reasons I love Planet so much. But let's just say that for the Q&A for my 300 subscribers. Oh man, I still actually haven't decided what game I'm going to be doing alongside this. I've got 2 games in mind, and I'm more leaning towards the towards a game that used to be well, a character who used to be part of this company, Insomniac. I'm gonna talk through this cutscene because nothing really happens. He's summoning Blue Falcon! Oh well. So yeah, that's that first planet done.
Incredulous. I didn't expect to hear from you again, so soon.
There was a slight problem. The thief escaped with the experiment, and I have no idea where he was headed.
Not to worry. I just received an emission which may lubricate the matter.
Do you have any maps for this quadrant of the galaxy?
You bet, mister. We got galactic maps, 3D maps, fold-outs, cutouts, maps to the stars, and their homes.
Sorry about that. Oh, I forgot my wallet. Could you take care of this?
Perimeter defenses deactivated.
You forgot your change.
I'm on my way.
So, and these are also the loading screens for Ratchet 2. I really wouldn't know what to say. Also, I think you guys may remember me saying in the past, if I've ever talked about Ratchet 2, how I said that you want to collect the platinum bolts. I think that's what they're in this game, or yeah, they're platinum bolts. Well, I actually got those mixed up with something else because people should definitely notice by now from all my Ratchet LPs. I hate the dogfighting in this game so much. It's the worst part of this entire game. But you don't need to collect like any of the platinum bolts. They're really just used for weapon upgrades, like customizations to your weapon, or you can customize your weapons, like with acid mods, shock mods, and stuff like that. For people who's played Deadlock, you already know what I'm talking about pretty much. But what you want to collect for your ship is raritanium, and when you're ship battling, there's one the first one in particular. Well, I don't know if you can do it on the first one, but I know you can do it on the second one. You can farm for raritanium to upgrade your ship to where you can pretty much own all the enemies, but sadly I am not going to be doing that, so expect me to be frustrated at some parts. Because there's already one part of this recording and I still haven't cut it out yet, but that's during my live commentary, and you guys will see during that. Also, another thing that I don't know what happens if you save that guy. I don't know if you can or not. I think if you do save him, you get a skill point. Yeah, skill points are in this game, but I don't really give a crap about them. Oh yeah, nanotech. I need to talk about that for a second. This is also the game that brought in upgradable nanotech. The first game made you pay for it. In this game, it's just how many enemies you kill, and then boom, it's upgraded. And sometimes, if you're lucky, it's really at random, I guess, when it decides to do this. It'll, when you upgrade your nanotech, it'll pretty much kill every enemy on screen, and that's a pretty cool thing. And then there's another element later that I want to talk about when we get to the first boss battle, but that isn't going to be till, well, it'll probably be here in a couple minutes. It's actually not that far from this. I will also say Ratchet 2 definitely has the best weapons in the entire series on the PS2 anyway. I still think Crack of Time is the best one with the best weapons, and just overall I think Crack of Time is just the perfect Ratchet game. There's nothing wrong with it really, unless it only had online play. Man, I really wish it did. But sadly my PS3 is broken at the moment, so I can't even, you know, start to record Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction, which is the last one I need to LP to complete the Future series. Because I think actually that Tools of Destruction is harder than this game. Because this game, after going back and replaying it, the only hard parts I really just got so frustrated on was the dogfighting parts, and other than that, the rest of the game was